ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनो शलाकया चक्षुरुर्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति शापदन्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथारनितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतमस्वावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादन् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यः वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्नाय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नम्ने गौरतिषे नमः। पंचतत्मात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपा स्वरूपकं भक्तवतारं भक्तक्षं नौमि भक्तशक्तिकम्। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीना बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत श्री राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कंचन गौरंगी श्री राधे बिंदवनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरि प्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि श्री गौरभक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण संदिनी माता राम हनुमान प्रभु Parthajit Prabhu, thank you so much for joining.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All goes Shishila Prabhupada.
Jai me too. Thank you, Prabhu. So, Hare Krishna Shandini Mata. So, we'll start our reading today. And today, we are starting from text 102 on Adi Leela. এই চন্দ্র সূর্য দুই পরম সদয় জগতের ভাগ্যে গৌর করিলা উদয়। Translation, Divyanand Prabhu, could you read the translation?
Yes, Prabhuji. Translation: These two, the sun and moon, are very kind to the people of the world. Thus, for the good fortune of all, they have appeared on the horizon of Bengal.
Thank you. Shandini Mata, if you can read the purport.
Yes, Prabhu. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The celebrated ancient capital of the Sena dynasty, which was known as Gauda Desha or Gauda, was situated in what is now the modern district of Malad. Yeah. Later, this capital was transferred to the 9th or central island on the western side of the Ganges at Navadvipa, which is now known as Mayapur and was then called Gaudapura. Lord Chaitanya appeared there and Lord Nityananda came there and joined him from the district of Birbhum. They appeared on the horizon of Gaudadesha to spread the signs of Krishna consciousness, and it is predicted that as the sun and moon gradually move west, the moment they begin 500 years ago will come to the Western civilizations by their mercy. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Mahaprabhu drive away the 5 kinds of ignorance of the conditioned souls. In the Mahabharata, Udyoga Parva, 43rd chapter, these 5 kinds of ignorance are described. They are: one is accepting the body to be the self. 2, making material sense gratification one's standard of enjoyment. 3rd, being anxious due to material identification. 4, lamenting. And 5, thinking that there is anything beyond the absolute truth. The teachings of Lord Chaitanya eradicate these 5 kinds of ignorance. Whatever one sees or otherwise experiences, one should know to be simply an exhibition of the Supreme Personality of Godhead's energy. Everything is manifestation of Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. It's very beautifully it's mentioned here. As we are talking about few verses, and Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami are mentioning ultimately Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami are pointing at the one place, which place are Gauda, that Gauda Desh. So I was searching some history about the Gauda Desh. That Gauda Desh, a very famous, very pious, and also Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appear on that pious land to deliver the fallen soul. So the 2 things actually I was connecting with. One thing is Srila Prabhupada. When Srila Prabhupada, he got instructions from his spiritual master that whenever you get chance, please go to the Western country. Those people doesn't understood in our language. Preach them in their language. And specifically Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada are pointing in the West. He didn't point out that it should be started from America itself. Just pointing out that you have to go to the West. Then Srila Prabhupada decide, okay, in the West, which country I should go? And he decided that America is the best place because America's, after the British left, and America growing very good and leading every countries, staying behind. If I start my movement in America, then it's going to be very easy to spread this movement to surround the world. The Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda Prabhu, they appear in Gauda Desha. And reading the dynasty of Gauradesha, this is like, I got the history from 490 AD. On that time, how pious it was. Then, many details are not there, but there is a details about the King Shashank, who was ultimately reintroduce the Gauradesh and the power of the Gaura, as known the Gaureshwar. And the Gaureshwar, as is like the king of Gaura. And reading that's in Empire of India, India doesn't have on that time, as ultimately what name, the state name we get. Those times it's to have a Tibet, there's a small Tibet. They're ruling by king. So Gaura, knowing one of the very famous place, what is like after few of the, not few of, there are a couple of Kim Shashank and others, they rule the kingdom. Then Pal Vamsa, there is a dynasty is called Pal. The last name is a Pal. So Pal Vamsas are ruled that go around 400 years. And then the Shen Vamsas was ruling the kingdom also a couple of 100 years. And we know that's all the way end. There is one person whose name is Ballal Chen, who was a great Vaishnava. Before Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, he got a message from his Lord. And Ballal Chen is a worshipper of Lord Shiva. So then there is a two story we get. One is like the others are attacked him. So to save his kingdom, he moved his kingdom. He came now the place in Mayapur, a place called Bamanpukur. That's place name of the Bamanpukur as the Ballal Shen's name. So Ballal Shen came and make his empire over there. If you ever go to Mayapur, you must visit the Ballal Shen Dhipi. And those places, it is actually a little bit of mud hill. Then Indian archaeology divisions, they always find out some old themes. So they got that when they got through their history, and they saw in place of Mayapur there is a Ballal Shen was a ruling kingdom from there. Then they came and they located that area and they start digging that area. And after digging, they went 15 feet down and they found a 35-inch thicker wall. Then they goes more down and they found there a Shiva temple. The Shiva temples are there. Then many things are there. So now that's whole area was actually covered, and it is protected by archaeology department, government of India. But they know this is connected with a religious. So many people will come and get darshan. So that's it. They make, they appoint one person over there in next to Ballal Chen's Dhipi. And that person have a key and he opened that gate from 10 o'clock to 12:30 and then again from 4 o'clock to 5:30. So then people can go and get darshan, and then come back. Sometime when we go early, we know that person. So we call him, he come, he opened the gate and we enter there. So this is the things. So Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sriman Nityananda Prabhu, who brought the luck, not only the Gauradeshas, brought the luck to all over the universe. Jagoter bhagyo kurila uday. All over the universe, he bring the luck. And Srila Prabhupada gave very nicely his descriptions that another one things is that Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, they appear specifically that 5 kind of ignorance as this fallen soul we have, to take out those 5 kind of ignorance from them. This one in the very last paragraph, Srila Prabhupada are mentioning there on that 5 kind of ignorance. And we know how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that to understood this body is not our ultimate, is the very first one, accepting the body to be the self, thinking about I'm no one without this body, so I'm only in this body. And we know that Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, very first things, he brought this point that we are not this body, right? We are the pure soul. And also, the second one, Srila Prabhupada mentions, the making material sense gratifications one's standard of enjoyment. Thinking about these material sense gratifications is the most important part, very most important part of this body. And we know how Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, they teach us. What they teach us? We have to look for the happiness, but that's not the happiness for us. We look for the happiness for to Lord Krishna. Mamo Jarmani Jarmanishware Bhavatad Bhaktir Ahitukitui. Not only this birth, birth after birth, I want to be your servant after servant after servant. As we did that. On this time, it is like, we always pray that we are the servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaches us, right? Only the person who don't understand this, that our identity is the servant, that person is called mad. How? Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada was mentioning the person, he actually having one very nice story. And that story is mentioning in Upakhan Upadesh books, that two sadhus, they're sitting together and they're talking, they're discussing about the pastimes of Supreme Personality of Godhead. One madman just crossing that area. And the madman was asking what you are talking about. And what sadhus do? They are mentioning we are talking about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Talking about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then they're thinking, that madman saying, no. You think I'm a fool? I'm not a fool. You guys are thinking you're going to have some food. You're not going to give me. You will have some food. You're not going to give me. That's you are discussing, seeing me. But I'm not fool. I'm not going from here. I will take that food with me. The sadhu said, okay. Really, we'll have some nice food. If you want to take, please sit next to us. He said, now, those two sadhus take out their beads and they have extra beads, give to that madman and said, okay, very first thing we eat in the morning, we take the holy name. And that's very tasty. So you first taste this holy name. If you got tasty, then we'll give us some more tasty food. Let's chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chanting, chanting, chanting. That madman thinking, I don't get any taste on this. This is very bitter. Doesn't have any taste. Oh my God, we have some more tasty food. Said, really? Said, yes. Said, okay. I want that more tasty food. Okay. After round done, said, now that food we should not eat by sitting. We have to stand up. And we eat that food. Just stand up and said, you have to up your hand. Because the hand from the up, you have to hold from the up and put it in the mouth. So your hand should be up. And then they start kirtan. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Nama Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama Gopala Govindaram Sri Madhushudan Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohan. That madman was dancing, dancing, dancing. Said, I'm not getting the taste, but I'm feeling something. I'm feeling something. Some kind of happiness are there. Said, okay, you're taking that happiness. Let's chant and dance together. Dance this converted Hari Harai to Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That madman chanting that name with a dancing, feeling so ecstasy, feeling so happy. Said, wow, what a nice taste. I never even have that. I'm not going to believe that taste. And that person's dancing and singing and left that place. So it's mentioning, when we are really forget our identity, we think that only the material food can give us the taste. But if we have our real identity, then the name of Lord give us the taste. Even we cannot get the taste from what is the food called ordinary food. Any comment on this? Mahamantra Prabhu? You are mute, Prabhu.
I am also in the same category, Prabhu. I need some taste. Please give me your mercy.
Okay. Anyone else?
Just let me say a few things about Gaurodesh Manamakrishna Prabhu.
Yes. Go ahead.
It's very interesting actually. I'm going to say the Bengal as we know it today, it actually constitutes two parts, right? West Bengal and East Bengal, Bangladesh, today's Bangladesh. It has a very interesting history. You know, the name of Banga, it comes in Mahabharata itself. I'm going to say even before Mahabharata times, of course, there was an existence of Bengal or Banga, but obviously we do not have any historical reference to that particular part. In Mahabharata, actually, there is a reference. I don't think it is there. It is referred in Vedas in anywhere, but in Mahabharata it is there. And you know the name of Pundarika Vasudev, right? Pundarika Vasudev, who claimed himself to be Krishna, and Krishna himself killed him. Basically, he is also from Pondrodesh. So in Bengal, the northern part of Bengal is called Pondro. There are many different parts of Bengal, basically, you know.
Yeah.
But
now that place name is Pandua.
Pandua?
Yeah, in Bardhaman district.
Okay. Yeah, he was killed by Krishna, and you know, so it goes on and on. Eventually, as Manamakrishna Prabhu said, you know, the actual Gaurodesh as a kind of a country, it was established by Shashanka, and Shashanka, it was followed by the Pala dynasty. The Pala dynasty was mostly Buddhist, at that time, Buddhism was very, very strong across northern part of India. And they established a very strong, religious station in Bengal also. So so the Pal dynasty was there for 400 years, and at that time, Buddhism was very, very much in vogue across Bengal. And they also actually supported Nalanda, Sarnath, and all those places. So and at that time, Pala dynasty actually extended from Afghanistan to this particular to Bay of Bengal, and from the downhills of Tibet to Vindhyas, basically. So it was a very, very huge dynasty for 400 years. And then eventually it got broken up, and the Sena dynasty came, and Senas were actually from Karnataka. Originally from Karnataka, they came to Bengal as invader or as a probably soldier of some kingdom somewhere, and they kind of established themselves. The first name of the first king was Ballal Sen's father's name was what was his name? Ballal Sen's father's name, Vijay Sen. So Ballal Sen, Vijay Sen, Ballal Sen, both were very staunch saviors. And then basically the Hinduism came back to Bengal. Buddhism was destroyed, and Hinduism came back, but it became so orthodox, basically, they even banned going to other countries. It became a kind of a, what they call it, frog in the well. After that, Lakshman Sen, son of Ballal Sen, he was a pure Vaishnava. And actually he started the Vaishnava, almost, I would say, regained the Vaishnava stronghold in Bengal. And after that, the ground was built for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and other Vaishnavas to come. In fact, I must say, during that period of time, Lakshman Sen was probably the last of the kings in Bengal before the Muslims came, Bakhtiyar Khilji. The story was that, Bakhtiyar Khilji, he came with only 18 horsemen. And at the time, Lakshman Sen was actually having lunch in Navadvip. He was in Navadvip at that time. And he, I would say, only 18 horsemen came with ferocious, intention. And Lakshman Sen kind of fled away from that place. But Navadvip was still, it was a pilgrimage place, and it was still continuing even after the Muslim invasion. So in that way, basically, I think it was always a pious land, as Manam Krishna Prabhu mentioned. It's very, very interesting history of this whole part of India, which we do not know as much.
Right. Thank you. Yeah. So it is in Lakshman Sen's dynasty was in 1187. 1187. So it is like before Mahaprabhu arrived, you can say 280 years before Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived. So he made the ground ready, so then Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu can come and deliver. But still that Gaura name was there, and then during the Mahaprabhu's time, there is a King Hoshen Shah, as now the Gaudeshwar, also got the name, whereas Rup Sanatan was doing their job in Gaura. So anyway, those are the dynasty history, but the spiritualities are very up as we are going on that sadhus and sangha as a madman, how the sadhu are converted from your bodily understanding about the body or enjoyment of this body. But the sadhus, if you come to the sadhus and sadhu connect with you, they will change the method. Thus the enjoyment on this body are not the ultimate, but enjoyment by the soul is the ultimate. And by that, chanting the holy name, they're getting the enjoyment as the madman or got the happiness from the holy name chanting and dancing. Thank you. Anything need to add, anyone, on this topic?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Rachana.
I think I learned good thing that Harinam have taste, and putting our hand. Next time I'm gonna remember that I'm eating food as a Harinam. That was nice. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Ram Hanuman Prabhu.
Prabhuji, you mentioned that place name near to Mayapur. What was the name?
Oh, Baman Pukur.
Baman?
Baman Pukur.
Baman Pukur. Okay.
Mhm. So, you know, the Baman Pukur also name came with a during that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time. That village, all the Brahmins used to stay. And they make one big pond. So whole villages, you know, even Ganges in the other side. But villagers, you know, they don't go to Ganges is like for wash their cloth, wash the dishes, and they know the Ganges only for the worshipping to the mother Ganges and take bath in Ganges. You know, they don't wash cloth, they don't wash dishes, the offenses. So they make the ponds, and Bengali, we call the pond as a pukur. So that's Baman. Baman is a Brahmin, a pukur is a pond. So they make the one place name as the Baman Pukur. And until now, in that Baman Pukur whole market, even there is a, if you go, you will see all the Muslims are there. But the whole market, 80% market land, our honor is Gauriya Math, Sri Chaitanya Gauriya Math. And they collect the rent every month from all the store.
Second follow-up question I had was, Prabhu, you mentioned that when they dig that place and they found the Lord Shiva temple, and that's what the devotee goes there for darshan for Lord Shiva. And if so, what's the name of that Lord Shiva that appear there?
The name, don't know, because it's not there. And how we know that's the temple? There is a one question could become, because you know, how we will recognize this is the temple. So, you know, many places they the Muslims, they change many things. As if you go to where is a Sanatan Goswami and Rupa Goswami, when they are working for the king, and then, you know, when Rupa Goswami left, then Sanatan Goswami got arrested by king, and Sanatan Goswami are kept in one prison house. If you go to that prison house, so then outside you can see the local villager, the Muslim villager, they write down that's actually Maja Masjid. But archaeology department, they have a big sign. They mention there, the people are claiming this is a Maja Masjid, but when we enter to that house, inside the house, and we saw that place on the wall, there is all the Hindus demigods and Hindus god, you know, art are there inside. So it's mentioning the Sanatan Goswami, who was not only that a devotee, he was a great artist also. So when they arrested and kept him in prison, so he was actually, you know, making that all the murtis on the wall. And this is a very thick wall. So Muslims, many places, they actually, you know, put it the mud and everything, they try to mess up, but they couldn't do, all things are messed up. So still remain two walls. They couldn't do anything. And still that two walls have.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Prabhu.
Better.
So you know, two walls, ultimately, still now, it is there. You can see those art. So now when archaeology department, they dig that place of Palalchan's DP, so first of all, you know, they doesn't dig only one place, they dig many places, you know, when they goes through. So then the temple areas, they found a big ghanta, you know, bell. They found the Shiva Linga there. And then in the wall, they found there is a was the Indra's bull name.
Indra's bull name? Indra,
Sorry, Lord Shiva.
Nandi.
Nandi. So Nandi is there. Nandi Murti is there. So Nandi is there. Then they found a metal, where the water fall down from. And then also Shivastakam was written on the wall. So then archaeology department said, Ballachan was a devotee of Lord Shiva. So it is in a Shivastakam. They sent that word, the word specialist. And they said, yes, it is. So they got many things. So that's why it is Shiva temple, but doesn't know what Shiva, and nowhere mentioned that what kind of Shiva he worshipped.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. Yeah, we talked about the other day, Eka Chakra. There is a Lord Shiva temple, Chakleshwar, right? So I was thinking that maybe there are more temple like that.
Oh yeah. She is like a Chakleshwar Shiva. There is one Chakleshwar Mahadev. Even in that Birbhum itself, there is another Mahadev. It's called Mayureshwar Mahadev.
Mayureshwar Mahadev. Okay.
Mayureshwar Mahadev. Then we know that's in Nandigram in Vrindavan. There is Ashishwar Shiva. Then we know Jogeshwar Shiva. We know Bhuteshwar Shiva. So many. We know Kshatrapal Shiva. So yeah, there is so many Lord Shiva's names are there. So Mayureshwar Mahadev temples are there. That temple Lord Nityananda Prabhu also went there. And you might be remember the place where when Panchapandav was in Agyatvash. Agyatvash means Agyat English. What should I use the English word?
Incognito.
Incarnative.
Incognito.
Incognito.
Very difficult, Prabhu. I can't. You understand Agyat. So when they are in Agyatvash, and when Bhimsen went as a representative of the Brahmin, anyone knows this story in our group? I want to hear from some other devotees now. Who knows this story?
Which story, Prabhuji?
This Bhimsen went to feed the demon.
Bakasur.
Yeah. What is the
Baka
story?
demon.
Mahamandra Prabhu can share us the story.
Um,
Whatever you remember, then I will correct.
Yeah, Prabhu, what I had in my textbooks and all, is that there is a demon called Bakasur, and he used to come onto the village, Ek Chakra, and randomly he used to kill and eat people, like whoever he can catch. So then all the villagers assembled and made a request from the Bakasur that they will send food and one person and the 2 buffaloes or whatever it is, a bullock cart of food, load of food, and he can eat that food, the buffaloes and the person who took that food there. So that was the deal. And then, but when Pandavas were incognito, they were in a lady's house, and that Brahmin's house. And then on one early morning, Mother Kunti and everybody heard like they were all crying because it was their turn, that house owners, and he didn't want to send his son. So, but Kunti, don't worry, I have 5 sons. I'll send one. And she sent Bhimsen, and Bhimsen pulverized him.
First he eats all the
Hey,
food.
first he ate all the food, and then he slept, and then he went, and then the demon was so hungry and angry, but then Bhima and the demon fought, and Bhima killed the demon. But we saw the kneecap in one of the temples when we went to, well, on the way to Ekchakra, the Bakasur's kneecap, like a big one, like it's a fossilized rock kind of thing. And we saw the 5 trees near Lord Nityananda's umbilical cord samadhi, the, what do you call it in Hindi?
Naripota.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, that's what I know, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. That's absolutely a nice story. Thank you so much, Prabhu, to sharing with us. Yes, that's the right story. That's I'll add a little bit of in between inside.
Yeah.
The Brahmin house where the Panchapandav was staying. The Brahmins have one daughter and one son. The daughter is older, son is younger. So before they cry, actually, the Brahmin prepared the food, and Brahmin said, I'm going to go. Now, the son, daughter, and they both are saying, if you go, who's going to be earn the money and who's going to be take care of us? So now son is saying, you know what? I'm just only 7 years old, and I didn't do anything, even though. So better I will go with that bull cart and let Bakasur eat me. Now the girl saying, no, no, no. How come we can go? Who will take care of our parents? When I get married, I will go to my in-laws' house. So I normally, I can't take care of my parents because I have to take care of some other parents. So it's better to I go, become a food of the demon, but you stay and you take care of our parents nicely. So that's why seeing that girl's knowledge, so that's all start crying. Then yeah, the Kunti Mata came, and Kunti Mata knows that Bhimsen, and she said, I have 5, I will send 1. She said, no, 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 you are my guest, and guest is like a position of the Lord only. How I can send the guest in that dangerous situation? Now Mother Kunti said, the guest also always have some duty. As you are hosting us in your house, our duty to protect you too. And I have 5 sons. If one son goes, that's fine. I don't mind at all. But she also mentioned, but not to worry. Might be my son only the last one will go, and no one will lost their loves one for that demon. They didn't understood what is the Kunti Maharani mean by. They didn't understood. And do you know when Bhimsen went and Bhimsen eating, and when Bhimsen eat, then Prabhu said, he went up late. Then the Bakasur was very angry. The fighting took place, and fighting is not so easy though. It was a long time. In the meantime, the 4 Pandavas, they was not in a house. When Mata Kunti sent Bhimsen, the 4 brothers actually went for Bhiksha, begging. When they came back, they asked, Bhimsen are very petuk. Petuk means he always feel very hungry. So that's why he never go for begging. He sit, help mom in the home. 4 brothers always go for begging, whatever. Then, they make, how much food they make? The 50% food goes to Bhima, and 50% other 5 personalities, meaning 4 brothers and mom. Those 5 people eat 50%, and Bhimsen along eat 50%. That's why they take care of Bhima. So now when Maharaj Yudhishthira asking to mom, where is a Bhim? I didn't see him. And Bhimsen, they didn't say the Bhim actually. They call him Bikodar. Where is Brika? Where is Brika went? Then Ma Kunti very, because they are talking, so no one can hear it. Mother Kunti mentioned everything that I sent him with a cart of food to kill Bakasur. Now, the older brothers always be, thinking, sometimes he think in negative way too. Bakasur is so powerful. How come my little brother will defeat him? He immediately tell to Arjuna that Arjuna, you have to do something. They cannot reach there very quickly. So then Yudhishthira Maharaj said, Arjuna, you do something. You send someone. Who remember what Arjuna sent it over there? Anyone? No one? Was the Arjuna's specialist for?
Archery,
Specialist for archery?
the ban chalan.
Right. Okay. So he sent one ban, but that ban have a name.
Oh, name.
Yeah.
Ban.
What is the name of the ban? Dot Pasha. What is the dot?
Pashupatasta. What is it?
No, Pasha is the second word. What is the first word then?
Pasha is the rope which binds, but I don't know.
Okay. So it is in a Naga Pasha. He sent the arrow called Nagapash. And the Nagapasha, it is actually as a personalities. You know, he have all the Divyastras. So when the Nagapashas reached there, the snake, to, you know, he sent it to tie him and then eat him. That's why Arjuna sent Nagapasha. But when Nagapasha went there, already Bakasura was killed by Bhimsen. So now the Nagapasha praying from there, my Lord, you create me, but there is no food. Tell me what I'm going to eat now. Give my food. Give my food. Now Yudhishthira Maharaj tells that Nagapash, stay there. Any unconscious people, un-Krishna conscious people, when they pass this field, you eat them. You know, whose mind is completely demonic, you eat them. That's your food, and you stay there. Remain stay there. So then that Nagas, you're staying there. Where the Bakasuras, you might be remembered, Prabhu, that Bakasuras knee you saw it is a big rock kind of things now. Just next to that, you see the Kundali Tala. Kundali is a Nityananda was, you know, earring where he put that earring top up on hole. And that hole, the Nagapasha snakes are there in inside. When Nityananda Prabhu appeared, the Nityananda Prabhu, when he was went there, then people actually don't go that area. Because people knows there is a Nagas there and the Naga eat human being. People don't go there. All very scared. And there is a Lord Shiva was staying there, so devotee cannot go to Lord, seeing Lord Shiva. And that Shiva's name is Mayureshwar Mahadev. So Nityananda Prabhu went there, and Nityananda Prabhu called the Nagas, and Nityananda Prabhu ordered him to go in the cave. So Naga entered in the cave, and Lord Nityananda Prabhu opened his kundal and put his kundal top of the cave, over it. So until the kundal's there, the Naga will remain there. So it is there in Birbhum district. If you go to visit Ekachakra, from Ekachakra, it was almost 17 kilometers towards Shantiniketan. In Kavi Guru Rabindranath Tagore's house, towards on that road, you will get that Mayureshwar Mahadev, and those all places are there. Yeah. Any questions?
Prabhuji, one request.
Mm-hmm.
Start preparing the plan of our visit. Otherwise, we will forget visiting all this, mandirs. So you write it down.
Yeah, when we'll take you, we'll take you every places. But you know what? They said when your stomach is full, somebody brought a very tasty food. You can do a take and say, not that tasty. But when our hungry is like you are fasting for 4-5 days, someone brought no salty, no spices, just a boiled food. You'll put in the mouth, say, wow, what a nectar, what a nectar. That's why we want make you more hungry and more hungry. When you are becoming more and more and more and more hungry, and then we'll give you that food. So keep, that's why we are giving you that tasty, before that. So when you hear nice tasty food, inside you said, oh, I wish I can eat, I can eat, but let me become hungry. So yes, that hunger is very good. So you have more keeping, that thirst. The time will come, we'll be there.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Okay. We can go to our next verse. সেই দুই প্রভুর করি চরণ বন্দন, যাহা হইতে বিঘ্ন নাশ অভিষ্ট পুরাণ. Okay, Ram Hanuman Prabhu, could you please read the translation?
Translation. Let us therefore worship the holy feet of these two lords. Thus one can be rid of all difficulties on the path of self-realization.
Jai. So there is no doubt, if we surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda Prabhu. So automatically, all kind of distraction, obstacle will go away, and 100% we will fulfill our desire. As we read the Brahma Samhita, we know in our Indian culture, specifically, there is a culture that's before we do any pujas, we have to perform puja of Lord Ganesha. Before worship Lord Ganesha, we cannot worship anyone, because it's not going to be fulfill your worship if we don't worship Lord Ganesha. But Lord Brahma was praying to Lord Krishna, is mentioning Jatpad Pallava Jugam Vinidhaya Kumbha Dande Pranamo Shamiti Shaganadhi Rajaha Vignana Vihantum Alamasya Jagatrayasya Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Jatpad Pallava Jugam Vinidhaya Kumbha. By mercy, who is lotus dust mercy, that Ganesha, Kumbha is Ganesha, whose one name is Ganadhiraj. He got that blessings that before anything anybody worship, they have to worship Ganeshas. By whose mercy? That's the personality, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. I'm paying my obeisances to his lotus feet, because as we know in Vishnu Sahasranama, Shuklam Varadharam Vishnu Shashivaranam Chaturbhujam Prasanya Vadanam Dhayet Sarva Vigna Prashantayet. Sarva Vigna Prashantayet. By taking the name, Sarva Vignas will be destroyed. And we know, by taking the name of Lord Nityananda Prabhu and Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all kind of difficulties will go away. There is no doubt about it. Because Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who came in this material world to deliver the fallen soul. As last week we heard the song from a very beautiful voice, Mata Shivani, Shrivani Mata Shri, right? And that's, how he came for. That's Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taking us, crossing the Bhava Nadi, crossing that Viraja river, to taking back to Godhead. So that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srimad Nityananda Prabhu, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, are paying obeisances to their lotus feet. Any addition on this verse?
No, I just wanted to add that it is similar to this bhajan, Hari Haray Namaha, by Narottam Das Thakur. This last line, Yahan hoite Vigna Nash Abhishta Puran, where Srila Narottam Das Thakur uses it for the 6 Goswamis.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
So Prabhu, in this verse, the word Prabhura is used for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda.
Yeah, Prabhu, if I say Prabhu means the one, a single single personalities. Prabhu Ra means the Shamannayaha.
Okay.
Yeah, Adhik. When you go more than one, then is Ra words start there.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Okay. এই দুই শ্লোকে কইল মঙ্গল বন্দন, তৃতীয় শ্লোকের অর্থ শুন সর্বজন। Radha Mata, translation please.
Yes, Prabhu. Translation. I have invoked the benediction of the Lords with these 2 verses, texts 1 and 2 of this chapter. Now please hear attentively the purport of the 3rd verse.
Thank you. So this is actually is text 1 and 2. Which one is like the very first 2 verses on CC now are mentioning on the 3rd sloka's details. What is the 3rd sloka are? We did it. Let me pull out that sloka. Yeah. So that's the Jadadvaitam Brahmopanishadam Tadashvatanubhajo Atmajami Purusham iti Choshmisha Vivavaha Sharoishwarya Puruna Jaya Bhagavan Shayam Nachaitanam Krishna Jagati Pravotattha Pravomiha. So those verses, now Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami will be give the details. But Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami on the next verses, on 105, you are saying is not going to be give us that much details. So what he's saying? Boktobbo bahullo grantha bistarero dore, bistarena borni sharartha kohi alpakshare. Translation, Mahamantra Prabhu.
I purposely avoid extensive description for fear of increasing the bulk of this book. I shall describe the essence as concisely as possible.
To see that every books, as we are reading the other books, and we can see there is a many new topic we can get in the other books, and how the topics come. So this is the way the topics come. It's like Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, even he have the material, give all the details, but he knows if the books volumes will go big, people will not going to read that. People will be scared. Oh my God, it's so big volumes. How I'm going to read that? So people will be very much scared. So that's why he was cutting down the descriptions. So that's why he is saying what he's saying. He's saying that I'm going to just mention the gist, just essence of the descriptions of the third sloka. Mitasya sharasya bachohi bagmitaha iti. Mitasya sharasya bachohi bagmitaha iti. Essential truth. So the essential truth, sometimes even we get essence, but it is very truth. That can actually mean a lot. So what can be happen if we hear just a essence? That's mentioning him on the next verse. Shunile khundibe chitte ragyanadi dosh Krishne garo prem hobe paibe santosh. Shunile khundibe chitte ragyanadi dosh Krishne garo prem hobe paibe santosh. Translation. Divanand Prabhu, could you read the translation?
Yes, Prabhuji. Translation. Simply hearing submissively will free one's heart from all the faults of ignorance, and thus one will achieve deep love for Krishna. This is the path of peace.
So how it is work? As mentioning, we just hear that how we can get a taste of the holy name by uphand with a dancing, doing the holy name. We can even complete our hunger also. So now, not only the hunger, by chanting, by hearing the Lord's pastimes, it will be khondive agyan adidosh. As we are in a darkness, by hearing the Lord's pastimes, will come out from the darkness and enter to the Shine Land. And when we enter to the Shine Land, that's actually take us to Lord Krishna's lotus feet. And when take us to Krishna's lotus feet, then automatically, what's going to be happen? When you will be close to the Lord Krishna, then the power will come from Krishna through automatically, right? Mukam karade vachalang pongulangayate grim jat kripa tamahang bande paramananda madhavam. By mercy, when by mercy of the Lord, the muk badhir, who can talk, that person can talk. The person who is paralyzed, handicapped, the person can cross the big mountain. Pongulangayate grim. As we see, we hear the last time, one pastime, Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj and his disciple. Anybody remember his disciple name? Jagannath Das Babaji, who carry Jagannath Das Babaji in a basket to his head. What is his name? Anybody remember? Some Das Babaji. What Das Babaji? What start from B?
Bihari Prabhu.
Yes. Bihari Das Babaji. Anybody else? Anything? Any name come? No? But Shandini Mata is right, not a Bihari. I was thinking maybe there is some name will come, Pamchi Das Babaji, or some other names also starting with B. I was expecting some other names too. Yes, is a Bihari Das. So, when Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, Bihari also sometimes he also have a nice pastime with Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. One time when Bihari bringing Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj from Vrindavan, I think everyone knows the Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj in our Guru Parampara, and who was actually staying in Vrindavan a long time in Vrindavan. And then what happened? One day, the Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, he was begging a roti from a sweeper, who was brooming in path of Vrindavan. So he was actually begging a roti from them, and he ate. And that time, Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj are very knowing personalities in Vrindavan, one of the head Babaji in Vrindavan. So by seeing that Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, he ate roti from those lower caste people, all other Babajis are not happy. They're talking to each other. Hey, do you hear that? That Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, whom we really, keep them as a middle, that who was actually the boss of our, but he take the roti from a sweeper. But they don't have a power to talk in front of Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. So these things in a whole Vrindavan is like, spreaded like a virus. A virus spreads around. So these things also spreaded like that way. So now what happened? Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, he can't walk. So normally Bihari goes and Bihari, brings. So now when Bihari walk and Bihari hear that people are talking about Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, and Bihari was not happy to hear something, some bad word about his spiritual master. So he came, and when he came back, then he was chastising to his spiritual master. Bihari are chastising to his spiritual master. Now my questions to all of you: what kind of disciple he was chastising to his guru? Why? Ram Hanuman Prabhu?
Not sure, Prabhu, but maybe the incident that spreading in Vrindavan, and he hurt himself or something, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Mahamantra Prabhu?
He was concerned about his spiritual master's image. So why giving a chance? It comes from time to time, in our disciplic succession. But it's not like stepping over the authority or something, but just because of pure love and, holding and not able to hear the dishonor the other people are trying to bring, so why giving a chance like that?
Okay, thank you. Vajradha Mata?
No, I had the same explanation which Mahamantra Prabhuji gave.
Thank you. Divyanand Prabhu?
No, Prabhu, I have no idea. I don't know if you said chastise, like, I don't know if a disciple can ever chastise his spiritual master. But I like the point that Mahamantra Prabhu also made, like it's by love, maybe with love he said something. Sometimes we tell our guru to do this or that, like our Guru Maharaj was traveling. He wanted to travel even during when he had COVID. So we said, no, there were disciples of his, senior disciples recommending him to stay and don't go anywhere. So something like that may have happened.
Thank you. Yes, Mahamantra Prabhu had the right answer. Out of the love, he don't want that his spiritual master image in Vrindavan, the image here's the head of all the Babajis. Now, all the Babajis are committed offenses to Jagannath Das Babaji's lotus feet. So, one side is out of his love, and another side thinking about those Babajis that committed offenses to his spiritual master's lotus feet. That's why he was also chastising his spiritual master that, Baba, why you eat the roti? Now Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj said, yes, you are right. I was thinking maybe I made a mistake. Let's do one thing. Let's invite all the Babajis and I will ask forgiveness from them. Now Bihari was understood something is there. Babaji making some plan. And let's see what Babaji's plan is. Now Bihari was invited all the Babajis. All the Babajis. So everyone came. Everyone came and honored the prasadam. When they are honoring prasadam, so that time Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj brought a point. So you all are in Vrindavan. And do you know this land is called Vrindavan land? Is it a material land? They are all talking, no, this is a Chintamani Pakara Shabdamashakalpa picture. This is like a Chintamani Dham. I said, wow, you have a very good idea. This Vrindavan is a Chintamani Dham. Right? It's not different from Goloka Vrindavan. Said, can you tell me, in that Goloka Vrindavan, who get the chance to keep clean? Who get a chance to keep clean? Said, obviously, who was very close to the Lord. Because who very close to the Lord, they don't want the Lord will get hurt. The nails will poke his foot, or stone chips come and hit his foot. They keep clean. So those people are very close to Lord. I said, okay. So those are, even they are closer than a yogis. They are closer than a Babajis. So now, who the person will not going to be honored food from their hand? So getting prasadam from their hand is ultimately you are getting prasadam directly from Lord Krishna. You guys doesn't have that senses? Staying in this Vrindavan Dham? Everyone is thinking, oh my God, what we did? Now the Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj said, Bihari, I don't want to stay in this Vrindavan anymore. I want to go. Now we are asking, Baba, why? Then Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj makes some point. Not in this point, he made some other point. Let me check how many of you remember what point Jagannath Das Babaji made it to Bihari Das on that time. Why he want to leave Vrindavan? Vajradha Mata.
No problem, no idea.
No idea. Ram Hanuman Prabhu.
No, Prabhu. Don't know.
Chandini Mata.
He want to spend the time where Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performed his pastimes. That is the reason he wanted to go to.
Okay. Yeah, there's the one thing. Something more. Mahamantra Prabhu.
I think he accomplished the mission by performing that pastime of taking the roti from that. He removed all the contamination from all the Babajis. So he wanted to move. That's
Yes. So both the same. The first thing is, yes, he made that scene to make understanding all the Babajis about the Vrindavan. But he also bring another point to Bihari. He said, you know what? I feel this Vrindavan is really not much mercy there. He said, why, Baba? Where is not a mercy? He said, see, my Lala, who's still some butter. But Ma Jashoda doesn't show up any mercy. She tied him in a wooden grinding motor. Look at my Nimai. How much pot he broke. But what my mother Shachi did? Did she try to deny? No. She even loved. Oh, nothing happened. Did you got hurt? He's always, scared. So I want to go to that loving land. I don't want to stay Mother Jashoda, this cruel land. Let me take me there. I don't want to stay. So bring that point to Biharidas. This is actually Biharidas wrote it. The Jagannath Das was whole biography. What Jagannath Das was mentioned. Their discussion he make, and his disciple just mix together and make, I can say, books. So then, when Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj was carried by Biharidas, one place is Biharidas saw there is a tiger sitting on the path. It looked like a very hungry. Now Bihari stopped. Jagannath Das Babaji says, Bihari, why you stop? Excuse me. Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, when he asked to Bihari, Bihari said, Baba, Baghra. He said, Baghra? Where is Baghra? In the front. He said, no, it's not a Baghra. It's the Radharani's servant. Just sitting here, when he's just sitting there, ultimately, he came to see you. And he want to hear the Radharani's name. You chant the Radharani's name. Then you see what happened. Now Bihari is chanting, Jai Radhe, Shri Radhe, Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Radhe. Is singing. The tiger will stand up and tiger start walking with them. And Bihari chanting, tiger walking. And then after time being, then tiger left. Now one place, Babaji said, Bihari, I think you are very tired and I also feeling tired sitting, on top of your head. So let's stay for 2-3 days. And that place just under the tree, there is no house or anything. So now it's a deep forest. And Bihari always scared, if I left Baba here alone and I have to go to far away for begging, then Baba will be feel, hungry. And then if I cannot come in the same day, who will take care of Baba? So he didn't go. So after 2 days later, he started crying. Biharidas started crying. Jagannath Das Babaji was asking, Bihari, why are you crying? Bihari said, Baba, how unfortunate I am that I couldn't give you a little bit of fruits to you. Because how much fruits was there in surround in 2 days gone. So now day of third, there is no fruits left. Now he start crying. What can I offer you? Now Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj saying to Bihari, why you are worried? You have a kartal with you, right? He said, yes. He said, you have a food. Just play the kartal and sing. Now Biharidas singing Hare Krishna. After 5 hours later, the line of people came there with lots of food. Bihari was shocked. It's a deep forest. Nobody doesn't know, we are here. Now my questions to you. So how those people know there is a 2 sadhus are in deep forest? Rachana Mata, what do you think?
I think, Prabhuji, like how it happened with Madhvacharya, Krishna came in the form of Bal Gopal and gave the milk. So something same kind of happened. Maybe Krishna inspired all those people and might have said, oh, there is a very elevated Baba and go and serve. Again,
Okay.
this is my...
Yeah, that's good. Mayank Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I have no idea. Sorry.
Okay, not a problem. Mataji there?
Yes.
Shivasta Mata?
I have no idea as well.
Okay, not a problem, Mata. Shivani Mata, are you there?
Yes, Prabhu. I I don't know, but I can guess that the kirtan might have, the sound of kirtan, the sound of holy name might have attracted people, and they might have followed that sound and brought gifts with them.
Okay, okay, that sounds good. That sounds good. And Arindam Prabhu.
Yes, I also think that the sound of kirtan made them find a way to the place.
Okay. That's good. Advaita Hari Prabhu.
No, I do not know. Hare Krishna.
Problem. Divyanand Prabhu.
Prabhu, no idea, but Kirtan is one, like the sound of Kirtan is what I was thinking. Like even through trees, maybe. So the trees were listening. So through that, it transferred to them. And Krishna is in everyone's heart. So Krishna made arrangement. So for some reason, I feel like Jagannath Das Babaji knows what to do next. Like just to satisfy the need of his disciple. He didn't want to eat anything. He doesn't need to eat anything, but because disciple was crying, he had to do this. So, but yeah.
Okay, and Braja Radha Mata.
Yeah, the same thing, Prabhu. I think the chanting of the holy names.
Okay, Ram Hanuman Prabhu.
Same thing, Prabhu. Holy name is very powerful, and since he chanted, Babaji asked him to chant for 5 hours to do this Sankirtan, so that the nearby devotees, they can hear the holy name, and that way they could follow the path. And always prasadam is nice to serve the devotees. So that's what I think.
Thank you, Prabhu. Nice. Chandini Mata.
Similar, Prabhu, like about the Kirtan, and also maybe it's Krishna's arrangement that he sent people. That's what I think.
Mahamantra Prabhu.
So I also agree with all this, Krishna inspiring as Paramatma, and also but one thing that comes to my mind is what Babaji Maharaj told Bihari Baba. I see a similar thing in Abhangas of Tukaram. In the famous Vrikshavalli Amha Soiri, he sings Harikatha Bhojana Paravadi Vistara. Meaning like for the Bhojana, Harikatha is there always and in abundance. What food we need, what else food we need. So maybe that's what he meant. But I'm curious to hear from you, Prabhu, how they got inspired to, of course, there is culture of taking bhoga and prasad to anyone, but how they really got inspired, is it just the super soul or someone? Please enlighten us, Prabhu.
Okay, Sudevi, do you know?
Maybe because of the vibrations and when they started in Krishna's arrangement.
Okay, thank you. So, well, when we go to someone's house, who serve our food? Who serve the food to us? Prabhuji, Mataji. Who take care of child?
Mataji's.
Mataji's.
Mother always take care of child nicely, right? So this place also same. Who is the Ishwari of Vrindavan?
Radharani.
Is it Brajeshwari, Srimati Radhe? So Srimati Radharani made sure that everyone have to be healthy and not stay without food. By chanting, when they chant, Srimati Radharani went to everyone's house. And Srimati Radharani tell them, she went as a form of small girl. And she said, I went to the forest to collect the wood. And I saw there is a 2 Babajis sitting there for 3 days. But I didn't see those Babajis came to beg in our village. So villagers, you were in Vrindavan Basi. Someone sitting there for 3 days without no food. And you guys are eating here? How come? This is not called Vrindavan. Then that girl showed them a path. That Babaji stay that deep forest, a big tree, under the big tree. When those people came, now Bihari Das asking the same question to those people. How you guys know we are here? Because it's so far from the village. Then they said, one small girl came to collect the wood. So that girl, hearing that, Jagannath Das Babaji laughing. Now Bihari asking to Baba, why you are laughing, Baba? Said, I am laughing that you invest Lali for work. Said, what that you mean? Then Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj said, you did Kirtan. Ultimately, you are calling to Srimati Radharani, and Radharani took that as an order, and she went door to door, and she mentioned everyone that we are here. This was spreaded also like a virus. That Radharani came for those devotees, and not an ordinary devotee. Now whole village people bringing food, a lot of food. Now Jagannath Das Babaji said, Bihari, we can't stay longer here. We have to leave. We have to leave. And then Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj made one temple there, Radharani's temple, and he appointed 2 devotees to serve there, and he left. On the way coming back, yes, Prabhu.
So, Prabhu, I want you to explain a little more, Prabhu, here in this pastime, what's going on. Radharani could have manifested any amount of food, right? But instead, she went to door just to get them the mercy of Babaji Maharaj?
Yes, because Radharani could arrange the food. There is no doubt about it. Radharani within a second she can arrange. But she want to introduce, see, the devotee don't want their glory.
Yes.
But the Lord want their devotee should be glorified from the other devotees. That's why Radharani went door to door to introduce the Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, how close to Srimati Radharani.
Thank you, Prabhu.
So then when the Babaji Maharaj, coming from, there's a whole lot, bunch of pastimes of Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. So I'm not doing that long details. So then he met in Bardhaman, we talk about the Bardhaman district. Bardhaman Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj have one friend. So he stopped that friend house. So that time his friend was a very rich man, but he also Vaishnava. He gave some money to Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. Because Babaji going to bring Navadvip. So then he can buy some land and make a bhajan kutir there. So he gave that time 11 rupees. 11 taka. 11 rupees. That time 11 rupees is a lot. So, and there is no bank, they used to cut the bamboos and make like a bank. One day, Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj was asking to Bihari, bring that money, that my friend gave you. He brought it. Now he want to see that, he want to check Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. His eyes is completely covered, because of his age, he can see. So now Bihari want to get exam to Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. So what Bihari did? Bihari gave 10 rupees to Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj's hand. Baba, here is go. The Baba take the money and Baba start laughing. Bihari, on the last you tried to examine me? I said, Baba, what? He said, you put 1 rupees on your dhoti. You put 1 rupees on your dhoti, on your vest. Open it and give me. Now Bihari said, Baba, I try to find out that, you can see or not, but it is my mistake. Please forgive me. Then Baba gave 4 anna. Is a four annas to go and buy Chaitanya Charitamrita, and we know. He brought the Chaitanya Charitamrita, and Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj said, okay, read. And he never went to the school. He never went to the school. But Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj said, why, just close the eyes and remember to your Guru and Krishna and Srimati Radharani, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you can read. And by mercy, he said, okay, your prayer is done. Now you open the eyes slowly and you start read. And then he started reading Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So we are in that point that Jahara Prasade, মানে শুনিলে খণ্ডিবে চিত্তের অজ্ঞান আদি দোষ, কৃষ্ণে গাঢ় প্রেম হবে পাইবে সন্তোষ. By hearing the Babaji's instruction, Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj's instructions, his all darkness in the heart went out. And then the light came, and then he able to read the Chaitanya Charitamritas. And by reading the Chaitanya Charitamritas, Krishna Prema Garo Habe Hoibe Santosh. Automatically, we will get the Krishna Prema. So this is the mercy of the spiritual master from Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That the Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami tried to mention here. So that's actually, I try to bring that point with that long story with this small sloka. So any thought, any adding on this? As our timing are over, as 6:30 is our time, but it's 6:39. Anyone want to leave, they can. Or I have sometimes, we can have some adding, distracting, some more discussions we can do.
Prabhu, I have.
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, in this translation, Prabhupada translates this verse saying, simply hearing submissively will free one's heart from all the faults of ignorance. So, and Krishna says, Takshrunu in Bhagavad Gita. So, Prabhu, can you explain the word submissive hearing? Like, what does it mean? I know it's not in the challenging mood or something, but like, can you explain?
So over here, the submissively can meanings with a 3 ways. What the translation Prabhupada was giving here, this submissively meanings very humbly way. Be namra. Now, when you are hearing with a humbleness, hearing with a humbleness. So by that, because we can hear, one is like when we have a Jnana Trishna, right? We want to learn something. That firstness are there, then we'll hear very submissively. Our all senses are active on that hearing only. Now there is another kind of hearing. This is called Tarka Pratishtha. That Tarka Pratishtha was not submissively. They're also submissively, but there is a dambha. There's a pride was hidden.
So to defeat others,
right?
With this knowledge. Yeah.
Hearing to defeat others. But over here is mentioning simply, means you're not trying to defeat others. You try to bring, as mentioning, as a Chanakya Pandit give us that the nice verse are there. I forgot that verse. I remember. Let me see that verse. Is mentioning, if you see the gold in a dirty place, you can pick that gold from the dirt. There is no problem. Anybody remember that verse? Okay.
Akubeki.
Oh yeah, I got it. Is mentioning Vishada Pamritam Grajyam Amidhya Api Kanchanam Nichada Purtamam Gyanam Sri Ratnam Dushkala Dapihi. Which one is a Niti Darpan 1:16? Where is it mentioned? If there is a poisons, in a poisons there is also nectar. You have a poison in front of you. From that poison, you take the nectar from the poisons. Okay. Then Apavitra Sthan is the contaminated place. The gold is there. You can pick the gold from there. If any person was born with a lower caste family, but you get the knowledge from that lower caste family, there is not a problem at all. If you see, you want to get married, you are looking for a girl, but you see the lower caste family, there is a girl who have all qualities that you don't have to go for the higher caste, get married with that girl, you will be happy your whole life because all qualities that persons have. So that's why over here is mentioning that simply you hear and what is the pure knowledge are there, you just pick that knowledge from there. So that's the word I'm mentioning here, submissive.
So what is the third one you said? There were three. One is Vinamra, then the other one is Tarka Pratishta. But what is the third one, Prabhu?
Okay. you know everyone, Prabhu. Okay. Vinamra, as called the Jnana Krishna. One is the Tarka Pratishta. Another one is called Pachala Bachalam. Pachala Bachalam means the person doesn't have any understanding, any knowledge of the Shastras, but tried to prove himself. He did know everything. Bachal means who talk a lot, but the talk doesn't have any philosophy or any. Yeah. So that's the mentioning the three kind of personalities you can get. But over here is a Jnana Trishna, the persons, which one is mentioning here. And the Jnana Trishna persons have their eyes called Shastra Chakshu.
Yeah.
As we did in Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Shastri when you are doing. So you have the Shastra Chakshu, meaning you see everything. Whatever you see, you just bring that in a Shastra and pick from there.
Right.
Yeah.
Through the light of Shastra. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for this nice questions.
Ramakrishna Prabhu,
Yes.
there are many stories like this where Radharani or Krishna himself came to rescue of the devotees, like Sanatana Goswami when he was writing books. Radharani came and then gave him the shade. Then obviously Billamangal Thakur, when he was blind, Krishna provided him the path to Vrindavan. So what are other stories like that? I'm going to say not stories but incidents. Sanatana Goswami, I know about that. Billamangal Thakur, I know about that. There are a few others.
Little correction. That's not Sanatana Goswami. That's actually Rupa Goswami writing the books, and Sanatana Goswami saw from far away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, there is so many, Prabhu. If you go to Vrindavan, there is so many you will get. See, there is another one person whose name is Lalaji. Lalaji temple are there. The Lalaji is from also East Bengal. Then there is Shurdash.
Okay.
Shurdash. So many devotees. Means if you go, I can't remember the name, but plenty of devotees. Excuse me.
Prabhuji, Madhavendra Puri also, na?
Yeah, Madhavendra Puri means Prabhu was asking about Srimati Radharani.
Raghunath Das Goswami also.
Raghunath Das Goswami, yes.
What is the
Like
story?
Radharani comes to protect him from the shade, like from the sun heat. So she extends her dupatta on his head, and Sanatan Goswami sees him, right? So he chastises him.
That's actually in Rupa Goswami, and Raghunath Das Goswami is happened in the later on. There is another story.
No, I'm saying that Radharani, who, like, you know, when he was sitting at the bank of Radhakund, Raghunath Das Goswami, and he was, so he was feeling like it was very hot, and then Radharani had to come and she had to shade him, give him shade. So Sanatan Goswami saw from behind, and then, yeah, so that was also one pastime where Radharani came.
And that is, he thought that he's taking service from Radharani.
Right.
Prabhu, one question. We have this famous bhajan, Charan Kamal.
Charan Kamal. Which one? Is it Nitai Pada Kamala?
Charan Vayashaki Prabhu sang.
What is the song first?
That's Charana Kamala. Sangini, you can sing that?
Is the beginning what is the Charana Kamala?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a song by Vaisakhi Prabhu on that bhajan. Yeah.
So you mentioned in that there is something like Suradas, mention of Suradas comes. So was he the writer of this verse? That's what I was asking Prabhu.
What? Who was the author of that song? Because I never heard that song.
Let me. I don't know the author, Prabhu. That's what I'm asking.
Charana Kamala Vadana Hari. Is that Charana Kamala Badana Hari Rai?
Yeah. Hari Raya. Yes, that's the one, Prabhu. Charana Kamala.
Oh, by Shurdash. This is the Shurdash.
Oh, okay. So
right.
So who is he, Prabhu? Surdas, like what is the disciplic succession and who's
okay? Shurdash is a. I read about Shurdash in many places, but I think someone else can give more details. But I can say the Shurdash was a blind.
Oh.
Was a blind, was sitting on the tree. I don't know. I couldn't remember the temple. Very far away, meaning close by where Shurda was sitting, and he was singing the song, giving the description that what Srimati Radharani and Krishna was doing in the temple room. Now the Pujari just changed the dress to the lordships and came out, and he was walking and he saw that Shuddas was singing. Even Shuddas doesn't went for darshan. But Shuddas singing about the dress, beautiful dress. Pujari went back. Pujari changed the dress again. Now Shuddas starts singing again. What a beautiful pastime that, you change your dress, now looks beautiful. So this is the way they recognize the Shurdash, even he's blind in materially, but inside, in the eyes of his heart, he ultimately attending the Leelas of Radha and Krishna. So that the Shurdash was accepted in Vaishnava's culture as a great Vaishnava and great author.
Thank you.
Okay,
so
thank you so much.
One time maybe we'd like to listen to all these different events that happen when, Radha or Krishna, gave darshan to these devotees.
Oh, if I think we will go there when we will come to the Madhya Leela, but many places we will not going to be described, because many things what happen we take very lightly, and because of the lightly also we can be commit the offenses. That's why Srila Rupa Goswami wrote Nectar of Devotion books, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. This one is completely pastimes of each prahar, and every prahar there is one particular Rasa's devotee, they can see Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani come and get their service. But see, there is only 1/4 we have, and 75% of their books we don't have. It has disappeared. Means it is thrown in a water, Shalil Samadhi. So that's why how much we have, we'll discuss on that. How much we don't have, we'll not discuss that.
In this context, a quick question, Maran Krishna Prabhu, last question maybe. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself is Krishna, Radha and Krishna together, but he was also looking for Krishna all the time. So did he actually see Krishna, or what exactly was the ultimate, understanding of that point when he was like going crazy after Krishna?
Same things, I would say, when we'll go to the Madhya Lila, chapter 13, you will have the detailed descriptions of that.
Okay.
Because that's actually now I'm doing in my Thursday class in the temple room. So we just finished that chapter last 3 months in the temple room. So it's a beautiful talk about, you will have the understanding what the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actual are. If he Krishna, why he looking for Krishna? So those all details are there. Beautiful, beautiful. So I want to keep those all secret for that time. So then, we'll have that Krishna, we have to attend. We don't have to leave. We'll attend every week.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Divanand Prabhu.
Prabhu, one thing I was thinking based on what Mahamantra Prabhu was asking, that this is like Srila Prabhupada's mercy, that if you look at the translation of, or the word by word meaning, there is no submissively word used. But how Srila Prabhupada puts submissively there. Also in 4th chapter, 34th verse, the Tadvidi Pranipatena, he also describes submissively there. So you describe the 3 ways, but Srila Prabhupada is teaching us what is the best way to hear. That's the mercy of Srila Prabhupada.
Yes, Prabhu. You pick a very, this is the things, many times, if you go word by word meanings, you're not going to get the word, but Prabhupada give us. As I said, we don't have to run to find out some other books from somewhere. How much Prabhupada give us? That is, this one light is not enough for it.
Yes, Prabhupada.
And Prabhupada give everything. Prabhupada give everything. There is no doubt. Beautifully. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. So thank you so much, everyone. And I will